Hey guys, welcome to the final mobility session at level 10 for College of Medicine. Hope you guys are ready for a good one. We got knee and ankle mobility. So to start off, before we get into it, you're gonna want a foam roller or a pillow, a thicker pillow. A thick can of soup would even work, like a big can of tomato soup or something, or tomatoes. You also want a band. You guys can use a towel as well. Towels work well. I'm just gonna use it for some of the stretching today. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna drop down into a nice deep lunge, okay? Back leg is straight out behind, locking that knee out, okay? We're gonna try and slowly sink down deep into that lunge. And once we're nice and low, we're gonna think about one of those muscles around our knee. Okay, we're gonna think about pushing our knee over toe, our big toe internally, okay? And straight over it frontwards, out over our pinky toe. All right, so if we're straight on, it would be out over our big toe, out over our toe straight on, and then out over our pinky toe, okay? This is gonna warm up our knees and our ankle. We're gonna do it 5 times in each direction. Yeah, for sure. Quad grinder and a hamstring in that back leg. We're gonna go to the opposite leg. Again, flexing that knee, locking it out, okay? Sinking down into a deep lunge. And then moving through those 3 movement patterns again. Over our big toe, out over our toes as far as possible, and then out over our pinky toe. We're gonna do this 3 times, warming up those quads. Let's get internally there. And again, going 5 times in each plane. Alrighty, after that, we're gonna drop down to our mats and our butts, okay? So that foam roller is gonna come in. We're going to a 90-90 stretch, okay? I know 90-90 is good for your hips. It's also good for your knees if you add some certain things to it. So we're gonna put that back leg over top of the foam roller, so our ankle's sitting underneath it or on top of it, okay? That's gonna put a lot more torque on our knee and just force a bit more range of motion. So what we're gonna do is just slowly try and sit back on that rear glute. You're gonna feel it in your hip. You're also gonna feel it in your knee. Don't push it too far. Just push it till you get a nice stretch. Hold it for 8 to 10 seconds. Or release some of it, okay? Release that tension. You want roll that leg for a second, get some blood flow back in. Okay, then we go back into it. Again, keeping that foam roller underneath the ankle. Slowly sitting back onto that knee. Pushing that bum cheek down to the ground. Hold it for a couple seconds. Good job. Okay, now flip over to the other side. Go again, 90-90. Ankles up on top of that foam roller. We're going to feel that torque in the knee. We're going to think about sitting down onto that back butt cheek. Feeling that torque through the knee, the rotation, that stretch. Again, don't push it too hard, just enough for pain. Okay, again, release it, hold it for 8 to 10 seconds, then release it. Release the pressure. We're going to sit back. Just trying to get that bum cheek down to the ground. Again, it should be quite intense in that top hip, that rear hip. And again, that knee. Alright, next one we're going to do is more for our ankles, then we can move down towards our feet. Okay, we're going to put foam roller underneath our calf, just before the meaty part, okay? So the meaty part kind of starts right here, it's just below that. Wrap the band around your foot, okay? So the first one we're gonna do is just 10 straight toe points, okay? If you find it slides down your foot, there's a way you can do this so it doesn't move around, okay? And then we're putting your heel into the loop, wrapping it around the top of our foot, and holding it down, crossing it, and pulling it up. That's gonna keep it on our foot while we do these movements, okay? If you want, you can add another loop. Wrap it around, just a lock on that toe, It should tighten that nicely up. There'll be a little bit of blood circulation cut off on that ankle and your foot, but it'll be alright. You're doing 10 full ankle plantar flexors and letting the band pull us fully back into dorsiflexion. Good job. Do that for 10. Okay, after that, we're gonna quickly take that band off. This time, we're gonna put it around just the bottom of our foot. We're gonna take it, put some tension on it, and we're gonna think about grabbing one side of the band. So say I'm going to the close side, internal side, proximal side. We're gonna think about grabbing it farther down onto that band, pulling up on that side, so our foot pronates, supinates. And we're gonna think about just pulling it back and forth into that supination with that tighter side of the band, okay? Same thing with the towel. You can grab one side a bit lower down. Think about just letting the band or the towel supinate your foot. We're gonna do that for 10 sides, 10 times on that side, and then again, grabbing the top, reaching down on the outside, and this time our outside part of the towel, letting it pull us into plantar, no, that would be supination, sorry, a little brain fart. Pronation, turning to pronation. So again, pulling back and forth in that band, moving that ankle back and forth. So we've done it 10 times on that side. We're gonna switch the band over to the other foot. So again, when it locks it in, put the foot, the loop behind your band or your ankle, around your heel. Cross it on the bottom side of your foot, and we're gonna wrap it around your foot one more time. It kind of locks it in there. Make sure there's a little bit of tension on the back of your heel to make sure it doesn't come loose. So again, straight on. First, just plantar flexing it back and forth. We're gonna do this 10 times. Letting the band pull us back to plantar flexion, and then pushing it back out to a pulse and dorsiflexion, push it back out into plantar. Okay, after that, again, grabbing one side of the band tighter than the other, and let that band pull and rotate our foot in and outwards. And again, switching, grabbing more tension on the outside, and letting it pull our foot out a bit farther to the side. Again, for 10 times on this side. Alrighty. Okay, the band's gonna come off. We're gonna do a couple more here. Stretch out that ankle, and we'll be done here. So first one, I would suggest getting a pillow or a folding your mat over a couple times. It's going to get quite intense on the top of your ankle. So basically how this one works is put your toe into the ground, okay? You're going to think about pushing your knee down towards the ground and our ankle. Imagine your heel, you're going to push your heel through your ankle into the ground, okay? And just push it down to the ground with your toe. Feel that stretch to the entire anterior portion of our shin and the top of our foot. Okay, we're gonna hold that for 30 seconds. Again, really pushing down to the ground. Open up that ankle. Alright, okay, going to the right ankle. Again, put our toe into the ground, pushing our knee down to the ground with our quad and our heel through our ankle into the ground. Feeling that stretch through the entire front side of our lower leg. Alright, one more. We'll rotate back and forth between those one more time. Go into a half kneel, okay? Done this one before. It's a good gastroc stretch, okay? It's also a very good ankle mobility. So keeping that front foot heel on the ground, we're gonna slowly push that front knee over our toes, okay? So straight in front. Okay, make sure that knee or that heel is staying on the ground. If you want anything about pushing on your knee with your upper hand or your hands and upper body weight, pushing your knee over your toes, but making sure your heel never comes off the ground. Hold that for 10 seconds, coming back out, and sinking back into it one more time. All right, now we're gonna flip to the other side, other leg. Okay, so half kneel again. Heel stays on the ground. Upper body weight is pushing the top of the knee over that front toe. Out directly towards you guys. Making sure that heel stays on the ground. We're just gonna hold that for 10 seconds. Alright, coming out of it, let it relax. And sinking back in for another 10 seconds. Again, pushing that knee as far as you can over that front toe. Making sure that heel stays on the floor. You should feel stretched through your calf and the back of your foot. Okay. We're gonna flip over. Again, back to that first one. Again, going for 30 seconds, pushing our whole anterior leg into the ground. Feel that stretch through our front of our ankle. More seconds. Holding that, pushing that, your foot into the ground. Feeling that stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. From the other hand, other foot. 30 more seconds, starting now. Pushing that foot into the ground, pushing that heel through your ankle, pushing that knee down to the ground as well. Halfway down, 15 more seconds. Should be quite intense, almost painful. Okay, you guys, really push that ankle. It's gonna help you keep you from spraining your ankle if you ever slip and you lower your ankle. And that's 30 seconds, good job. Okay, going back to that knee over toe. So again, that heel stays on the ground, and we're pushing that knee over front of our toes. Really think we're keeping that heel on the ground. Okay, 2, 1, relaxing, coming out of it, and then sinking back in. And relax, switch our legs. Again, heel on the ground, upper body weight on that front knee. And we're slowly going into it. 3, 2, 1. Relaxing. Letting some blood flow come back and then sinking back in. I lied to you guys, we're gonna do one more quick one just for the bottom of our feet. It's gonna help us out. So in a kneeling position, okay, we're gonna curl those toes down behind our feet, okay? We're gonna think about sitting back onto our toes or heels, pushing those curling those toes even farther into the ground. Okay, we're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. We're gonna release it and we're gonna sit back for 30 seconds, and then that will be done. We'll be done there then for today. Okay, it was a pleasure doing this series with you guys, the mobility series. I hope you guys come refer back to these videos in the future. I feel like there's a lot of stuff, good stuff that I covered. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, releasing all that. We're gonna sit back onto those toes one more time. 30 seconds. Really putting as much body weight, leaning back, a bit more onto that to stretch out the bottom of our feet and our toes a little bit as well. Another 10 seconds. And we are done. Good job to you guys. Hope you guys like this video. Hope you guys can take some of this stuff and use it in your everyday lives. Good luck with the rest of your studies. Hopefully level 10 has made an impact and aided you in your physical literacy and physical education around weightlifting, mobility, yoga, really anything, nutrition, anything that we really covered between the four of us, me, Tara, Cass, and Shay. But yeah, it was a pleasure working with you guys. Good job. See ya sometime maybe around. Bye.